Hey, crafty people. This is Ellen with EGI Designs, and Miss Marley is also here joining us today as well. I wanted to talk to you today about 5 pieces of advice for new card makers that I was thinking about. Things I wish people had said to me or that I had found somewhere on the web. So I thought I'd pull these together for you. Um, the first thing, and it's very big, is you don't need to buy all of the things. And what I mean by that is, when you start out on a new um, journey and you want to buy all the supplies and you want to buy all the things, and you're still trying to figure out kind of what your voice is as a card maker or a crafter. And if you jump right in and you buy all the things, and then you end up not liking what you're doing, it's kind of a waste of money. So, for example, um, when I first wanted to try to do heat embossing, I just thought it was magical. I was so excited to try it. So I went out and I bought pretty much every color of embossing powder, um, all the things. And in all honesty, there are probably about maybe 5 colors of embossing powder that I use on a regular basis. So I know it's tempting that when you first start something, you see a brand that you love and you want to collect up everything of that. But there are a few things you do need to have to start out with, and I will be doing a video on that. But then the rest you can kind of figure out as you go along. Like, don't feel like you really need to buy all the stuff. Um, and one piece of advice I would give with that is that if you see something that you really like and you really want it, um, put it in your cart and leave it there for a little bit. And if it kind of haunts you, then go back and buy it. But if you come back to it and you're like, I don't really need this, then take it out, buy something else that you really want. Um, so, anyway, my second piece of advice, and I really wish I knew this when I started, was getting an organizational system together and working on that and starting that as I was going. Because I didn't have a good organization system when I started, and I probably didn't have one for 3 years or so. And I collected up stuff, kind of did somewhat makeshift organizing. Um, and so now I'm having to go back and try to figure out good ways to organize things that I've accumulated over 5 years or so. I do have a organization video series, so you can check that out. There's a lot of good ideas on there, things that I found that have really worked and really helped me out. So you can check that out. Another thing that I, over the past few years, have started doing is I have an app on my phone that even if I don't list on there where everything is, I at least try to log all of the items, because what was happening is that I wasn't realizing that I had already purchased something. And in going through my organization process, I probably had about, hi Marley, I probably had about at least 10 things, I would say, that I had purchased duplicates of because I didn't know. So I would highly recommend getting some kind of an app. If you don't want to spend the money for that, just, make your own spreadsheet, have different tabs for different things, just something to keep track of what you're buying so that and you can look at it, the next time you go to Simon Says Stamp or scrapbook.com or one of those places, and you are like, oh, I really love this stamp set, or I love this, or, and then you can check in the app and see if you have it or not. The app that I use is called Color My Life, and I really love it. And I can put in there, where it's located, what kind of a thing it is. I can put pictures in there. So it's really great. And they have it on the desktop and on your phone. So you can use both. Okay. So the third thing is don't be afraid to try new techniques. You're going to be watching a lot of videos probably, and you might see things and you're like, I don't know if I can do this, or just give it a shot. Back to the heat embossing. When I saw heat embossing on a video for the first time, it was like magic. It was amazing. And of course, on the video, they make it look so easy. But there is, a learning curve to it. So just don't be afraid to jump in and try something else, And I've, now that I've been practicing, I love heat embossing and I can do it very well. But you have to start somewhere. Same thing, with different inking techniques. You watch people do kind of mixed media, and they're doing ink smushing, or they're doing, blending on the edges of panels, or, flicking water on the ink and doing all these kind of techniques. And you're like, it can be scary to try something like that. But, I think it's important to just think about that you're improving a skill and it's just paper, right? So just give it a shot. If it's not for you, that's fine, but don't be afraid to mess up. It's okay. That's how we learn. My fourth piece of advice is that it's okay to explore your card making style and change that as you learn and grow. And when I first started out, I was obsessed with Lawn Fawn brand. And if you know anything about them, the stamp sets are so cute, just adorable. And that's all I wanted to get and make these cutesy little cards and everything. And then as time went on, I realized that style just didn't match with me and how I wanted to craft. And I started, watching more things that were like vintage inspired or mixed media or grungy or, a lot of like Tim Holtz kind of stuff. And that's kind of where I'm at this point. I love vintage style cards. Just the like soft and the roses and, things like that. Not to say that I don't make cutesy cards ever, but it's definitely not my main style. And that's okay. That's not a problem. Don't be afraid to change as you go. The fifth thing is be patient with yourself. You're learning a new skill. You need to give yourself some grace. It takes time to learn new things. You have to start somewhere. Nobody's going to expect you to be some, amazing, like Jennifer Maguire or Gina Kay or something. Nobody's expecting that right away. And you shouldn't set yourself up that you expect yourself to make cards like that. So just, go with it. You're just learning something new, and that's okay. And whether it takes a slow time or a long time or a fast time or whatever, it doesn't matter. Just be patient and the skills will come. Even a lot of things that not that I would say I perfected them, but I'm probably good at a lot of things. But I still have a really hard time with using hot foil on my glimmer machine. So that is something that I need to practice more. And I'm just trying to be patient and trying to learn it and trying to be more consistent. And that's okay. So, and then you have a bonus advice for the last one. Please realize that your cards do not need to be perfect. I love watching Gina Kay because if she kind of messes up a little bit or her card isn't exactly what she envisioned, she says, well, it's better than horrible. So it's better than horrible. And people are going to be happy to receive your cards, and they're not going to criticize anyone for receiving a handmade card. You were thinking about them, you put your love and your talent and your energy into making something for them, and they will love that. And it does not have to be perfect, so do not put that pressure on yourself. So, you got 5 pieces of advice. You got 1 bonus. And hopefully that helps. And just enjoy the journey. That's all I can say. Anyway, thanks for watching. Join me for the classes. And like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And until next time, take care.